Please raise your hand if you've ever been personally victimized by college tuition. Hey guys, so I know today you're probably expecting a vlog, and I do have one on the way for you, but I kind of wanted to sit down and do kind of a Storytime-esque video for you guys because a lot has been happening in my life financially that hasn't been good, and I'd like to just talk to you guys about it because I tell you basically everything, and it's really been, it's been awful, and I just need to say something about it. So you guys know that I am in college right now. I'm currently sitting in my dorm room, and you also know that I'm in one of my top choice schools, and I was really excited to go here. It was always kind of like, even though I got accepted into other colleges, it was like, well, I'm gonna go here though. And one of the biggest reasons, like, it's a really good school academically, but another really big factor for why I wanted to go here is because it's the cheapest in-state school, which I think is ridiculous because it's $20,000 a year to go here, and that's in-state, but that's how it is, and it's the cheapest one, and so I was like, yeah, save money. Because obviously college is freaking expensive. Like, if I wanted to go to NYU, which was my number one, that would have been like $60,000 a year, which is crazy and insane. So I went here where it's $20,000 a year. That's more manageable, but still $20,000 a year. Growing up with divorced parents, I have two parents living in separate houses. I'm not whining or anything. I'm not complaining. I'm fine with having divorced parents. It's just when you're growing up with two parents living in separate houses, there's just less money to be spent on basically everything, which again, not complaining, it's just the way it is. And of course, throughout college, my family is willing to help me pay through it. Like, my grandparents have been wonderful, and my mom is willing to help as much as she can, and my dad gives me money every month, but it's still not enough, and it's so sad that that's not enough. And I did have a summer job, but it's not enough, guys. It's really upsetting. So I had high hopes for my FAFSA, which is the financial aid form that you fill out with the government. I filled mine out the first day because I wanted to get it back as soon as possible, so I knew all my options. And my third choice school sent me my FAFSA for them, my financial aid for them, back first. Basically, it covered my entire tuition there, give or take a few loans, but I was really hoping on the school that I'm in now to send me back the same thing, basically. I was like, I really want to go here. I don't want to go to my third choice. Like, I really was hoping that this school would be able to provide me better tuition, or better financial aid, sorry. So I waited for a while, and then I called the university that I'm currently at, and I was like, I haven't heard back from financial aid. Did I do something wrong? Turns out I did do something wrong. I put in the wrong school code, but my financial aid counselor was like, it's fine. It's still really early in the game. Just put our school code in and you'll be fine. It'll be sent to us and we'll send it back to you ASAP. I was like, cool, okay, yay. Money, free money, yes. But then I got randomly picked to be a part of the verification process, which apparently 30% of incoming students get picked for. It's like this thing through the IRS. They need to verify that everything you're putting on your tax returns and your FAFSA is like true, which it was. Like, it was all true, but I got picked for this dumb verification process for like a stupid, no good reason. Like, it was just random, and it sucks. And even my financial aid counselors here have told me that when you get chosen for verification process, it is a pain in the butt and it sucks. So the only downside of the verification process at that point was that it was nearing like the time when I had to like accept my acceptance or not, and I still didn't know what kind of financial aid I'd be getting from my school of choice. So I called my financial aid counselor again, and I was like, look, I really want to go here, but I can't go here if I don't know what kind of financial aid I'm going to be getting. So he was like, you know what? I totally understand. So I'm going to send you a replica, basically, of what your financial aid awards will probably look like. And I was like, okay, cool. So I get the replica thing, and basically it says that I'm going to be getting, and just so you guys are aware, it's about $10,000 here in tuition, $10,000 room and board. And it basically said I'd be getting a few thousand through the grants that the school provides, the Pell Grant, and then the 2 Stafford loans, unsubsidized and subsidized. And basically that equaled about, I want to say, $10,000. And I was like, you know what? I can work with that. okay. It wasn't as much as the third choice school was giving me, but overall I liked this college more for its academics. It wasn't much of a party school, and you guys know I don't really party or anything. My friends were going here, so I was like, yeah, I'll go here. I can work with $10,000. Like, I can get the rest from, like, working and family's generosity and everything. So I was like, yeah, okay, I will go here to this school. Now that I know that I'll be okay. So I accepted to go to college there, but I was still waiting for this dumb verification process. And I don't want to bore you guys with all the details, but basically the reason the verification process was taking so long was because me and my mom didn't fill out our tax returns until like the last possible second, because we didn't know we were going to have to do this dumb verification process. And after we did our tax returns, we had to wait for our tax returns to be processed, and then once our tax returns were processed, we needed to wait for them to be sent to like the IRS or like something like that. There was a lot of waiting because people don't know how to just fax something in like a day. Basically, just a lot of waiting for no good reason. We kept in really good contact with my financial aid counselor at the time, and we were like to him, like, we're gonna get all this, right? Like, it'll be cool, right? Like, I know the verification process is taking a long time, but it's still gonna be cool, right? And he was like, yeah, totally. And then, dun dun dun, I finally get an email from my college saying that my awards are ready. So that means the verification process went through. Like, I am ready to pick out my financial aid awards. And I go to the college page, and instead of the replica being shown now, because that had been shown the whole time since he sent it to me, it is now the reality of my awards, which is that I got about $6,000, and most of that was in loans. I got about $600 in a grant, and I was like, what happened to all those other scholarships that I'd gotten from my school? Like, I was pissed. I was like, what happened? So me and my mom went into the financial aid building at my school, and by the way, I've already been in school for like a month by the time this is happening. I didn't get my financial aid rewards until I was a month into school. Like, that's so stupid, right? And then, so we were going to see my financial aid counselor, and we go in, and my financial aid counselor has changed. It is no longer this guy who has barely helped at all and lied to us this whole time. No, it's this new girl. So not only do I have a new counselor, I can't be like mad at this person because they're not the person that has been screwing me over this whole time. We explained the situation to her because she's my new counselor and she doesn't know the situation. And basically all she can do, because she wasn't involved in this situation the whole time, is tell us how I got my awards, what they mean, why they went away, blah, blah, blah. Finally, we asked her. The school had given us a couple $1,000s in grants. What happened to those? Because that was the main thing that was taken away. And she said, well, Jerry didn't accept those awards on time, so they were given to other students. And I was like, oh, wait, excuse me? What? I was like, I talked to my previous financial aid counselor, and he told me I couldn't accept my awards until the verification process was over. And she was like, yeah, that's true. And I was like, so I didn't do anything wrong then? And she was like, yeah, you really didn't. It just sucks because the verification process took so long. We literally were like, that's not fair at all. Like, my grandfather asked her, he was like, well, how do we get that money back? Who do we talk to get that money back? And she's like, you can't. That money's gone. It's gone to another student. Sorry. Like, that's ridiculous. Because of this dumb verification process that took a week too long, I couldn't accept thousands of dollars that would be helping me out a lot right now. It's ridiculous. And the fact that she could just sit there so casually and just, like, not even care, kind of, you know? I was just like, seriously? So I kind of, like, just, like, brushed it off. I was like, you know what? Sometimes bad things happen, and you just have to deal with it. You just have to go with the flow. My life could be way worse. I'm very lucky to be where I'm at. So I was like, you know what? Sometimes bad things happen, and I'll figure it out. And this is okay. So I'm pretty content with it and everything. Blah, blah, blah. Life is getting back to normal. Figuring things out. And then last week, my mom calls me and says that my financial aid counselor called her. And I was like, this has got to be good, okay? And she says that my financial aid counselor, while she was processing my awards or something, she forgot to leave something out. My financial aid counselor forgot to leave something out when she was processing my Pell Grant, which at the time was like $800. And because of that mistake she made, $200 got docked off of my Pell Grant. So now it's $600. And in reality, $200 with like a $20,000 college tuition is not much at all. But I was through. I was sick and tired of being walked on like I'm nobody, you know? She calls my mom and she says, "I'm giving you this call right now because I know Jerry's going to be emailed about it. I'd just like to let you know that I made a mistake while processing her financial aid awards, and $200 is getting docked off of her Pell Grant." And my mom told me she went off on her, which thank goodness, because that's ridiculous. Because she made a mistake. I lost $200, and there's nothing we can do about it. We asked her about it. Nothing we can do about it. She made a mistake, and I lost $200. I want freaking Courtney to pay me $200. That's her name, by the way. I want freaking Courtney to hand over $200 from her wallet to me because that's what she owes me. And like I said before, in the grand scheme of things, $200 isn't a lot, but I have been walked all over and taken for granted by the financial aid and the billing office at my school, and I'm sick of it. I am a student. Like, I'm trying to get my degree here, and the last thing I should be worrying about is like debt and filling out papers and going to meetings with my financial counselor, you know? Like, I should be worrying about like homework. Like, guys, I seriously, I have loved my time here so far. I've only been here for 3 months, maybe 4. And I really love it. I love rooming with Sarah Hannah. I've made a lot of new friends who I really like. I met a boy who I didn't tell you guys about yet because I wasn't really sure where it was going, but he's really sweet and I like him. And classes have been super fun. And it's been a good time. Like, but I can't stand being taken for granted like that. And I'm tired of being walked on, and this is going to sound kind of conceited, and I hope you guys don't judge me for this, but I honestly, in like the bottom of my heart, really do feel like I am going places. I always have since I was little. Like, I want to be a director, I want to be in movies, and I think I am going places. And if this place that I'm in right now isn't willing to see that and isn't willing to help me, then why should I stick with them? Like, if they don't want to help me reach my potential, then I don't know what the point of being here is. As you guys know, I signed on to my first loan a couple weeks ago after my financial aid counselor meeting, which was scary. So as soon as I leave this college, whether it be after I graduate in 4 years or after I drop out in 1, I'm going to have to start paying off those loans. Fun. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I needed to sit down and talk to you guys about what's been going on because it's been driving me crazy and it's been making me really sad. Your decision to go to college shouldn't be based on your financial situation. So that's it. That's my college tuition story. I'm really hoping it gets better. I'm gonna try and get a seasonal job over Christmas break. I really wanted to get an internship on some kind of set, maybe a documentary set this summer, but if it doesn't pay, then I'm probably just going to end up back at the food truck because I need money to get through college. Sorry if this bummed you out. Sorry if this was horrible quality. I just literally opened my laptop and was like, I need to talk to the people. So thank you for sitting through this incredibly long video. If you have, yeah, thanks guys. I really love you. It's one thing to have a community of friends here on campus, but it's another thing to have people online who love you too. And I really appreciate all of you that come by and watch all the time. And even the friends that I've made through YouTube, it really helps me a lot. It's nice knowing that I'll always have people there for me, whether you be in Ireland or the UK or India or Australia or even right here where I live. Like, it's really nice knowing that there's people out there who care. So yeah, Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on Tuesday.